Alright, so you can go ahead and open the Google Chrome tab. And do you know what this site is about, having only seen it for a few seconds?
Pre-owned footwear retailer. They sell shoes. Previously owned shoes.
Okay, perfect. So what is your initial impression of how this page looks, how the site looks?
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Pretty simple. Looks like that's the menu at the bottom, which is different, but pretty obvious.
Okay, that's good. So without clicking on those menu buttons, which you correctly identified, what would you expect to find on each of those pages if you were to click on them? Besides just, reading them.
The first one looks like a list of products for sale. The second one looks like a shopping cart or order form. The third one looks like some contact information, and the last one looks like probably something about the company. Looks like it's a mission-based company, so it's maybe a non-profit.
Perfect. You pretty much hit those nails on the head. Okay, so just on this first page, do you have any design recommendations about the layout, colors, or anything?
No, I'm not very good with colors, so I wouldn't recommend those. But this is nothing. Didn't look to see if anything was clickable up there, but it doesn't look like it.
Would you recommend making anything clickable?
I don't know if you could. The pre-owned footwear retailer maybe could link to something about them. Maybe it's the mission or something. But
Okay.
I can give you more detail about what that is.
Let me just write that down. Okay, so now if you would go down and click where it says products at the bottom there, and go to the products page. Okay, so first impression about the looks of this page, what do you think?
Looks fine. Can I move the mouse or?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
Which might bring us into the second question, which is
Mhm.
if you hover over the products, do you like the little transition that happens? And would you like to see anything different or anything more or less?
Well, I guess what I was trying to figure out, it's kind of, it's probably a big project. I was looking at it and wondering if they went to additional products or if, or if there was, I guess that's it. We might have more details about the product, but.
Okay. That's something you would like to see, though.
Yeah.
Time willing.
Okay.
Okay. So any other recommendations about the design of this page?
I don't know if you need so much gray space in between, because when I got to this point, I didn't realize there were more down below until I looked over at the scroll bar.
Perfect. So now if you can click up on the order button and just tell me your initial impression of the look of this page.
I mean, it looks fine. It's pretty obvious.
Okay.
Not sure what the charity means. But
Which that kind of goes with our second question here, which is, can you tell what you are supposed to enter into each section of this form?
yes.
Oh, that's good. And you can read everything, okay?
Yep.
Okay. Any other recommendations for this page? Anything to add or change? Those aren't functional as of right now.
Okay. well, I don't know if it's within the scope of your project, but you think you'd have, if you're on an order page, you think you'd have a list of the things you were ordering.
Yeah.
but-
Well, I think the way I would do that, if I had more time, is when you go to products and click add to order, that would like, and I'm not sure if you do it via a database or just something, just locally. And I'd have it create a list at the top of the nav, or the top of the form here, with like a little bulleted list of what you've selected to add to order.
Yeah.
Obviously, without the add to order working though, that wouldn't be appearing as of quite yet. But maybe in the future that'll be a
Yeah.
added component. Maybe for the sake of the project, I'll put in a theoretical, like list of things that people have ordered, or just something marking that space.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm writing this in the wrong spot on my notes.
You'd probably want to do that back on the server in a database, because if you did it in like JavaScript, it might be subject to hacking, where somebody could.
Okay.
I know that some of the original sales sites, people could hack the code and change the amount to zero.
Just get a bunch of free stuff. All right. So yeah, why don't you go to the contact page then, and just tell me initial impression of the look of this page. Anything
It's
that-
kind of a nice and clean look. It's like it's all the different ways to contact them are there, I guess.
Alrighty. So if you had a question for the company, does this page give you the adequate information for you to contact them via the method that you would choose?
Yeah, I think so. Unless you were going to, I guess, I mean, that's what they offer.
Yeah.
A lot of sites offer, what's it called? Chat. But,
Okay, like a direct chat with a
Right.
representative.
not every site, but some sites that have people on staff 24 hours a day.
Okay.
You don't need to build that, I guess,
Yeah.
for this project.
Okay. So any recommendations about the design? Anything you would tweak or add? Or the content?
I don't know. I think one thing that in terms of look, is if the size were consistent, it might
Okay.
look a little nicer. But looks like they're auto to the length of your content.
Mm-hmm. That's something that should be easy to change. Alright, well if that's it for this page, continue to the mission page. So initial impression of the look of this page.
It's very consistent with the look of the other pages. So.
So is the text is readable for you, and
Yep.
is the presentation of it easy on the eyes?
Yep.
So if you were coming to the site, and assuming that you had a little bit of an interest in their mission, would you take the time to read all of this text?
Yeah, that's not too much text, I don't
Okay.
think.
Okay.
How do you get back to that original page?
Can't you click up there? Oh, looks like we're missing a anchor tag there. If you go to products, I know definitely has the anchor tag up there. There you go.
Yeah, right.
I guess as an oversight, good catch. It's on the order, and contacts is it there?
No.
Oh, gotta do it for those last two pages. Good catch. I also, looks like I don't have the current page changing for those because products is still black. So that's a good catch too. Alright, so that's all the questions I have for you.
Okay.
Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. That's it.
And you should be receiving a $50 check now.